Oh, Jesus, come on, are you serious? Shoot, it's not here. Okay, whatever. Dang, those bloody Germans. Well, why not? Oh, jeez. I guess I'm spending another night here. Those stupid Germans. Bless the hell out of us. Cheers. Jeez. I hope my wife's okay. Oh, Jesus, why'd she have to go over there tonight? Seriously, Germany? Really? Oh, jeez, that must be her.
If you were a parent in the 1940s in Great Britain, you probably had one of the most difficult jobs. You had to take care of your family, you had to take care of your house, but then there was an entirely new threat: air raids. What made people so scared of air raids, and how did they protect themselves from them? Come back in time with me as history gets relived. Air raids on Great Britain, more commonly known as the Blitz or the London Blitz, began mostly in September of 1940, when German planes dropped bombs, and the main target was the great city of London. Whenever one of these air raids would occur, wherever the bomb blew up would be destruction for blocks. Many housing and developments would crumble under the bomb's explosion power, leaving several blocks destroyed and families forced to go through the remains of their once standing house. In order to survive these devastating attacks, many families had to seek shelter in abandoned railway systems or in their homemade Anderson or Morrison shelters located inside or outside their homes. Conditions in the subway were very bad. Many people had to resort to inhumane ways to get a good night rest. Some people used old blankets and rope to make hammocks suspended above railroad tracks, but through all of this, many people were able to find good in their hearts. Several adults were able to make wooden toys and give them out, also with food, to families who were bored in the shelters. Conditions got so bad in the subways that some television networks produced short films on how to turn your home into an Anderson or Morrison shelter.
When a high explosive bomb falls, any building near is likely to be destroyed, and any house hit is sure to collapse. The rate of supply of Anderson shelters is limited, but every householder can take measures for protection against blast and splinters. He can do the work for himself using scrap materials and earth. From any post office, you can get a booklet, price threepence, which tells you just how to make your home an air raid shelter. To protect a window, fix an old door firmly across the lower half, inside and outside, first removing the glass, and fill the intervening space with earth. An earth barricade about 30 inches thick will protect your front door from blast. Cover the earth with old lino to prevent rain washing it away. A similar earth rampart will protect a basement or area window. The best way to protect a room from glass splinters is to stick curtain netting or old taste curtains on the glass itself. There are ample supplies of netting now available. This will not prevent the glass breaking, but it will stop dangerous splinters flying about. Spread the paste evenly and cut the material so that it overlaps the frame as well as covering the glass. A well-filled bookcase placed before a window gives good protection against blast and bomb splinters. Rig up one room in your house as a refuge room, a small room, and give it all the protection you can. A coal cellar is a good refuge. Make it comfortable, you may have to stay in it a long time. It's up to you to take these precautions, not only to save your own lives, but to ease the work of the Civil Defense Forces. When the raiders pass signal sounds, you'll emerge safely thanks to these simple safeguards which you can make for yourselves. The full instructions are in the booklet. Go to the post office and get a copy today.
Things got so bad that the Army asked for volunteer air wardens who would spot the planes ready to start an air raid and signal them to other army officials standing near sirens to alarm the people when to go into their shelters. Despite all the tragedy that has been happening, people in the air shelters sometimes had parties to celebrate their holidays, such as Hanukkah or Christmas. In smaller home shelters, they would usually put up decorations, and mostly in public ones, to still live the holiday spirit even though the war was going on outside their lives. Overall, the blitzes on London were very tragic. Many people have died, and their memory is still prolonged in the older generation. But also remember, the Nazi Party did fall, and Great Britain rose again on its feet. If you or anybody else you know has any interest in the topics talked about in this video, please consider looking in the description below. It has several videos on the detailed experiences of the air raids of London. I hope you enjoyed this time when history got relived.